Greenery Grove Homestead. I just wanted to pop in real quick and tell y'all something awesome and exciting. Do you see that big yellow trailer back there? Today is the day. I will see y'all, but I am going to go get my dirt. Bye. Hey y'all, so it's me, I'm back. If you can tell, I am at the shrubbery place and the little guy is using the machine to go get the soil mix. We got a mix of topsoil and compost. We're gonna get 12 scoops of that and he's gonna load it up on the trailer here. It is so loud. I'm gonna try to stay out of the way. But I will be back when we get home to talk to you about the difference between topsoil, compost, and why I got a mix. This makes me so happy. I know it seems silly, but I've been waiting for this for so long, it seems like. So, pretty excited. Alright, so we are back at the house with the compost and topsoil mix, and I just wanted to talk to you real quick about the difference between the two and why I got mixed as opposed to one or the other. So topsoil is the layer above bedrock, and it is the most nutrient-rich, naturally occurring soil, so it's like the good stuff that God put here. Compost, on the other hand, is organic material that has been put together and decomposed over time. And so topsoil, while it is nutrient rich, compost is better for making sure that your plants will have the nutrients that they need to fulfill their, their full potential. So I got a mix. Now, if you are trying to build up a lot of space, like in these beds, they're pretty deep. I mean, it's like down to my elbow deep. So I didn't want to get all compost because I have a lot of space to fill. But now I did want to make sure that, because this soil here is like very compact clay. It is not good for drainage. It is not good for nutrients. It's just very compact, very sandy. So I wanted to make sure that I had compost too. That way, compost is like my natural fertilizer. So I don't have to add fertilizer very much to many of my things. Now, some of my things, like when I plant my tomatoes, of course, they're going to need more calcium and maybe nitrogen. So a lot of different things might need more nitrogen and that kind of thing. I did get a bag of the Garden Tone, which is an organic fertilizer that I'm just going to put over top when I get this filled up. And then we'll just see how everything does. If something needs something else, something extra, then we'll work with that in a natural way. But for the most part, I think the compost is going to do the job. So I will walk y'all over and just let you see. Now, when you go to get topsoil or compost or whatever, make sure that you check out what you're getting, because not everything is created equal. And topsoil, especially here in North Carolina, is not really regulated and that kind of thing. So, like, I went before to the landfill and got topsoil. That was a big mistake. It was full of sticks and chunks and a lot of debris, plastic, you name it. It was all in there, and it was horrible for planting stuff. But this here, if you take it Do y'all see how this can easily be broken down? It's not full of sticks, it's not full of chunks and debris. It's very, very just good, rich soil. So that is the kind of thing that you want to look for when you're picking out soil to put into your raised gardens especially. This year I am going to lay down some cloth just to help kill off some of the grass and the weeds. Along with the topsoil will come a little bit of weeds and that kind of thing. So it is not a completely weed-free environment. Maybe not as great for your container gardens and that kind of thing, although it's not really that difficult to pick weeds either. So depending on your space and how large of a space you're going to be maintaining, for me, I think this is fine. I don't mind picking weeds and pruning and that kind of thing. So I think for me this is going to be exactly what I need to get a good garden going here, despite the fact that this is very fresh ground, never been planted on, never been tilled, like broken up, nothing. So anyway, I'm going to get busy with the shovel, filling up this bed, and I will let y'all see how it looks when it's done. I broke your staples.
For this, I'm gonna be done for the day. Just let you know. Come on here.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
This is labor. This is child labor.
For the record, I have the best family ever. Hey YouTube, I'm back. As you can see, my raised bed is totally full of dirt. Now that like powdery stuff you see right there, that's just one small bag of garden tone fertilizer that I decided to just sprinkle over the top, and I just kind of move it around and mix it in when I start planting stuff. But I went ahead and the sun's starting to go down, but I wanted to go ahead and get some things in here already. So if you can see down this whole row, there's broccoli, cabbages, cauliflower, and kohlrabi on the end. And then this will be a row of tomatoes. This will be where we trellis the cattle panel. This will be another row of tomatoes, and then I'll have like, I don't know, beans or something small running just along the inside. But we're gonna put another bed like over here, and then take cattle panel, trellis, and go all the way around to the other bed. That way we can incorporate some vertical gardening and make the most of our space out here. So here is the bag of fertilizer stuff that I used. It's just organic garden tone. It's $8 a bag at my nursery. I don't know how much it is around y'all. I would assume it'd be similar to that much. This bed, so we got 12 scoops is what they call it at the nursery. I think he said it was like 2 or 3 scoops make a yard of soil or whatever. So we got 12 scoops. Here they are $24 a scoop. And like I said earlier, you know, you can check out places like they have topsoil and that kind of mulch and that kind of thing at the local landfill. It's cheaper. It's like a third of the price. But I feel like I want to fill these beds up with good stuff and get them a good start. And then that way every year all I got to do is top them off with some compost and start planting stuff. So those 12 scoops fold up this whole bed. This bed is, I think it's like 5 feet across and 18 or 20 feet long is how big it ended up being. And then it's, I don't know, 2 or 3 feet deep, something like that. So it's pretty big. And then the soil that we had left, we went ahead and just put on a tarp over here against the fence because, like I said, we're going to use that for the other bed when we get it built. That cedar should be here hopefully this weekend, so we can go ahead and put that other bed together and get stuff started in it too. I want to kind of space out stuff. I mean, obviously it's March 25th, 26th, something, I don't know. I cannot bring out my tomatoes, my peppers. I can't put okra, you know, my hot weather stuff cannot come outside yet because we could still have a frost for a couple weeks yet. So I don't want to bring any of that stuff out. But now all my cool weather stuff, it's out here, it's been out here, it's doing good in all these pots and containers and things that I've started everything in. So I feel confident that it's going to do great in this wonderful soil and having enough space to get a good root system going, and I'm just really excited about it. But I'll take you around real quick and just show you kind of what I got going on. So in here, so at the bottom of this bed, this is my little pea trellis system thing, whatever you want to call it, that I used old bed frames from the thrift store to build. And in this bucket and this bucket, those are my sugar snap peas, y'all. They are doing so good. These 3 buckets right here, these are where I planted the magnolia peas from Baker Creek. They have not started sprouting yet, but it doesn't surprise me because they've only been in there for a week or so. This bucket has started sprouting, and this one has started sprouting. And y'all, remember, these are the buckets that my dog turned over, so maybe she did them a favor, I don't know. I think they're done did pretty good. I still have to go back in there and look at that packet and remember what kind of variety they were, but they're a different kind of variety of peas. Earlier today, before we went and got this compost and soil, I went ahead and put more dirt over top of my potato sprouts, because with potatoes you want to keep them mounded up, right? So they start sprouting, covering back up with dirt. They start sprouting, covering back up with dirt. They will continue to grow up and out, and when they grow out, that's where your potatoes will come from. So in these buckets here, that's what I've got, just all my different kinds of potatoes, and I went ahead, like I said, and just covered them back up. And then My apple trees withstood the previous storms, and the kids and all their stuff. The kids like to go over there and mess with them. I'm like, no. And then over here, I still have all this stuff. So there is beets and kale and Swiss chard and onions, and there's the spinach is starting to come up, and over here that's that whole box of arugula. I'm going to put it somewhere else. And then this is the black seeded Simpson lettuce. It's starting to do real good. It's starting to take off pretty good. And down here, these are little cabbages. These are the white cabbage, and then these are the red cabbage. Those are going to end up going in the garden bed over there at some point. And this right here, y'all look at all that. All of that is little broccoli plants. So I'm thinking I'm gonna take these and kind of line the inside of that bed. My radishes, the radishes started coming up, so I put more dirt around them this morning to make sure that they keep growing their roots. And then I took all the other stuff up front to the front yard. I moved my bird feeders up there, and my birds have been doing good. I've got cardinals and blue jays and woodpeckers and just all kinds of different birds. I don't know enough about them to be able to name off, all their specific names, but they are beautiful, and they are starting to move up front, which makes me really, really happy, because I don't mind sharing some of my stuff with nature, that's just how it works. But for the most part, I would appreciate if they would stay out of my stuff. So we'll see how this works. I don't know, who knows, but I'm trying to make sure that they stay enticed up here up front. I have no idea what this thing is, y'all, but it's growing on the side of my house, and it's getting pretty big, and I gotta find somewhere to move it, because I don't want it grow, like its roots are right there under the brick. And then, we got the trailer ready again, because tomorrow we gotta get our chicken coop. I'm really excited about that too. Probably way more excited than my husband and son are. But then over here up front, I put, this is the cabbage right here. This is my old mum, I think it's trying to come back. Beets, and then 3 lettuce varieties in that pot, and carrots over here. Y'all, my neighbor's mowing his yard, I can't help it. Carrots over here. This is that extra kale and radishes. This is 3 varieties of lettuce, cabbage. And then up here in the front bed, we're gonna redo this. I don't really like how it is. My husband wants it kind of rounded out. Right now it's just a big rectangle, but we do have some things that we have to work around up here. So if y'all can see, that is where they put our propane, and then over here is the well cover. So we have to work around some of this stuff before we can just dig stuff. But then up here, I put the cilantro. We got rosemary, parsley, and lavender in the swimming pool thing. This is that purple kale that I had started out on the balcony. I decided to move that stuff off the balcony and just put it out here in the yard, because I can't decide if I'm gonna do a balcony garden specifically or not. But then there's all these little flowers that decided to pop up. So they're real nice. And like I said, up here this is the Bradford pear tree. So all up the street, we live on a little cul-de-sac, I guess. But all up the street, there's all these little Bradford pear trees, and while they are beautiful when they bloom, I mean, look at that. It looks like snow in the summertime. They stink to high heaven. It smells like fish out here. And some of our friends said that that's because of these trees. They smell like fish when they bloom. So between us, these pear trees might not make it another year. But for right now, I got enough going on, so I ain't gonna worry about it. Up here around the mailbox, I wanted to show y'all this. So these irises we planted, they were from my mama. These purple flowers just came up. I don't know what they are. I don't remember when we come and looked at the house. I don't remember seeing anything planted out there. But I think they're gorgeous, and they look so pretty, and they're so cute that they're right around my mama's flowers. But we've got that bed of irises right there, and then there's another bed of irises up front. My mama gave me those irises, and I almost killed them, y'all. Don kept them alive for a few years, and then it was kind of like, I don't know, after she passed away, I could grow stuff. So, I don't know. I just really love them all winter long. Even how cold it got and how much ice and just mess that we had, they still stayed green all summer. I mean, all winter. It was pretty cool. So anyway, that is what I've got going on the homestead right now. How convenient he quit mowing his yard. That's what I've got going on the homestead right now. And like I said, tomorrow we'll get our chicken coop and get this other bed going and finish all the other projects. But until then, I hope y'all have a good day. God bless.